Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube.
What's going on, people? This is Influence, and I'm back today with the Galaxy Buds Pro. Got it out the box already. You know, I like to do unboxings, but I understand people, a lot of people don't really care about just the unboxing, so I'm gonna start doing business this way. I'm start unless it's something big, and then I unbox it, and then I have time with it. Just some Galaxy Buds Pro. So straight out the box, you get the paperwork, has directions on how to put it in your ear. If you didn't know already, you get ear tips, which is what's in this box. And you get a charging cable, which is upstairs. It's not in the box right now, but you get a USB-C charging cable because that's what this takes. This also is wirelessly charged, can wirelessly charge, I should say. So the buds are pretty small, basically. Just go out, put them in your ears. That's it. Automatically turn on once you pair them. Again, the charging case, you can charge them up a few times with it. It says, I'm just going to go through this real quick. You know, I do the layman's reviews of tech because there's a million channels out there that do all the technical stuff. Most people don't want all that. I mean, some people do, and some people want both, but a lot of people just want to know how it works. Like, a lot of people just want to know if it's any good, if it works, how's it sound, what's the battery life. Like, that's the normal person's. They don't care how many watts it is per channel and all that stuff. Most people, you know, you can find channels if you want that. They do have active noise canceling. So that's probably the biggest thing. This may be better active noise canceling than the Sonys that I did a while back, which were very good, and they're a lot of people say they're very good. But this noise canceling is very good. I can't stress to you, you got to find the ear cups, the earpieces that fit your ear, that gives a good seal. So you can long press. Again, you have an app that you can go through all of this stuff.
So on the app, you see you can change different things. You got active noise canceling, ambient mode, and you can turn it off. You can have, it shows you how much charge you have for the case and for the earbuds. You have the voice detect, the block touches. The voice detect, you can detect somebody's voice and it'll lower the volume and turn ambient mode on. I don't really like that because it happens a lot. You got the equalizer. You got the seamless earbud connection. Oh, let me see. Yeah, your notifications, you got the read out loud. Here's the seamless earbud connection, which it connects to anything that's on the same network. You can, if you sign into your Samsung account on it, it'll connect automatically even if you're not connected. Like, even if you never paired the headphones to it, which I think is pretty cool. 360 audio, I talked about, or I will talk about that. Ambient modes, doing calls, labs.
The battery life on this is not super great. I've gotten about 4 hours, maybe 3.5 hours before I had to recharge it. Now you have active noise canceling and you have ambient mode, which the two are similar. Ambient mode uses the microphones and everything in here that they use for you speaking when you're on the phone. They use those microphones to pump the natural, it's not natural. They just pump it in, like they use microphones to listen. So it actually heightens what's going on around you so you can hear people talking. Because with these in, then you have normal mode. Normal mode doesn't use anything. So that's the mode you're going to get the longest battery life. But if you have to hear somebody, you can't really hear them because it has a good seal in your ear. And active noise canceling uses, battery, of course, because it actively cancels out noise. And again, I'm not going to go into the technicality of noise canceling. If you had noise canceling, you understand what it is. Some people are sensitive to noise canceling and it gives them a weird feeling. I'm one of those people. This does not give me that feeling, but you can still kind of hear it. Not hear it, but you can feel it. It kind of feels like it cuts everything off. But it's great because if you're on a plane, this would work. It would probably black out the engine. You can still hear it tapping, stuff like that. Like if you were like doing like that, you can still hear it, but it's way muffled. Like the ambient sound is muffled, so you can't really hear anything, and it's softer, and it lets you hear your music or whatever you're listening to better. Had no sync issues with this. I actually used it on the Note 10, on my Galaxy Z Fold and 3, and I used it on a computer. None of those things had any lag with movies and TV shows and YouTube. So that's great. There's no lag. I mean, these days, Bluetooth is so good that it doesn't really have lag. It does have the 3D sound. And one thing about this, when you turn on the 3D sound, when you move your head, it actually is the 3D sound. Like if your phone's right here, if you have 3D sound on, you move your head like this, all the sound is in this ear. It's like it's coming out of the phone, but it's in the earpiece. So it knows like where you're at within the spatial, within where you're watching your phone. Now you might like 3D sound. It sounds good for some things and worse for some things. Like I don't like it all the time, but some things is great. Like if you're just watching a movie and you want that kind of spatial, but you can't use Atmos. If your phone has Atmos like Samsung phones, I probably should have said this in the beginning, but I did get this free, but not a sponsorship free. I got it free because they had, if you bought the Z Fold 3, you got extra stuff for free. So there's that. I just want to be transparent. It doesn't sway my review either way. These are my favorite earbuds because they kind of go in your ear, and I'll show a picture of what they look like, and they kind of sit under this ridge. A lot of earbuds, they don't sit in, or they have to have wings. Now the wings aren't bad. I kind of like the wings because those sit in your ear better if you have the wings. I haven't had a good track record with Galaxy Buds. I can say that. I probably wouldn't have bought these just because, before I heard them, I should say. I don't want it to sound like they're not good. They're great, actually. I like the sound. It doesn't have great bass, but you can't. It's hard to expect earbuds to have like a lot of bass, but you can turn the equalizer, and depending on what phone you have, it'll have some type of setting. These are great. I can't say that I would pay over $150 for these. Now the active noise canceling does make it worth it, but I'm not sure if anything else. There may be some out there that's better. I don't know. Haven't tested all of them, but right now these are my go-tos, so I can say that. I just had a bad experience with Buds, with the Samsung Buds, just because I actually have a video on my channel fixing my Buds Plus, and the amount of comments I have on that video is disturbing. Like the amount of people that left me. Now I helped them to fix their their buds, but it's just disturbing that many people are having that issue, that same exact issue that I couldn't find anywhere on the internet, which is why I made that video. It's just, it kind of turned me off because now my Buds Plus is completely dead. Even that fix won't work. And I've heard some people in the comments say that that fix did not work for them. So they're probably in the same boat I'm in. It worked for me for a while, and then now just the left bud is completely dead. So that kind of turned me off with these. But I will see. I've had these for a couple weeks now. I use them just about every day. And again, the battery life is probably my biggest negative. But you can, I did want to touch that. You can, when you put them in the case, they do charge up really fast. So you could put them in the case for like 10 minutes and get like 50% almost. and that's good, because then you can just put them in there for a few minutes and then keep rolling. But all in all, like when I'm at a work day, a whole day of work, and I'm working and I got them in, I either got a podcast or something else, mainly just to drown out the outside noise. So it runs down in like 3.5 hours. They are pretty small. I do like that. So they just fit in my pocket. They're about as thick as my Z Fold phone now. So that's crazy. If you made this far, I appreciate it. I have memberships on my channel now. I only have one tier. It's just, you get a shout out, and I'm going to be posting pics of either, collectibles or maybe just extra tidbits about tech or whatever. Whatever I post, I'll be posting it just to the members. And you also will get a shout out in my video. I'll start including people's names. So I appreciate y'all riding with me. I'm not the worst, I'm not the best, but I'm going to give it to you real. All right? So I get up with you.
Ain't no, life ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want it.